Alright, hi guys, welcome. I'm Mr. Loth. Nope. Alright, hi guys, and welcome to the second progress diary and final progress diary on the Kawanishi build. She's done. I've already uploaded the final build video by now. Bit of the opposite way of what I'm supposed to be doing things, but I was so excited that she was done that I couldn't wait for me to finish editing this video. So I went ahead and already made it. So I'm gonna do the same as I did last time, which is basically comment on progress pictures I've taken, and then detail what I've done to, in addition to that, to make her look as she is looking right now. But anyway, more on that in a bit. Yeah, let's go look at the progress pictures. Just need to load them up as usual. I'm really prepared. Alright, so the first picture is the engine completely finished, because I more or less ended with that in the previous video. Figured might as well, start with that off right now. So what I've done is everything that's black, including the wiring, I've matted it. The cowling that it's mounted to is done in the correct interior green, which is basically a mixture of the Mitsubishi and Nakajima green, which comes with the AK Japanese aircraft set. And that was done over a matte aluminium base, the AMIG. Let me see, I've got the bottle here. The AMIG would have been helpful had the bottle not completely and entirely faded. Oh damn it, that's annoying. But anyway, the AMIG matte aluminium should be easy to find the code to it. I might put it up in the video actually. And then the exhausts, those were done in a light rust. I do have here, no, a dark rust base, no. I need to slap myself, restart. The exhausts were done in the, more or less the burnt iron. The metal color by Vallejo line of paints, the burnt iron one, which is 77.721. That was the base coat, and then I went over that with a dry brushing of dark rust by MIG, which is AMIG 041. And then some pigments on there as well. I did a matte coat on it, then some pigments. Pigments were AK, the AK dark rust pigment, which worked out lovely. You just need to do another matte coat, because I did do a protective gloss coat to seal the decals in already by now, which made them shiny ever so slightly again. And then moving on to the next picture. There we go. So this is basically the plane in its base coat. The entire plane was coated in the MIG aluminium, the MIG matte aluminium. And then on top of that we did the heavy chipping effects fluid, also by MIG, before finally doing the final top coat color of, and this is this picture, of, now I need to remember this correctly, deep dark green, deep black green, deep, it's a really complicated name, let me get the box. Deep green black. And that's the one. So yeah, the entire plane was then done in deep green black, and then I reactivated the chipping fluid to get the chips that you see there and see on the final result as well. Of course, then it was time for the decals after everything of paint-wise went on. As you can see, painted some details like little mounting steps and stuff like that. But the biggest thing I did then was mounting the decals and also stressing them, you know, tearing chunks out, and then colored that in with let's see, chipping up close here, some decals on the bottom, and then in this one you can see that I've basically then dry brush where possible, or did a actual coat of aluminium to get the the sense that the paint peeled away. Why all the paint peeling? Well, because late war Japanese fighters that belonged to the army forces, not the naval forces, the army forces did not receive primer coats, so the paint basically flew off. Which is also why the underside is still, you can see it by the tail here, the underside is still in the matte aluminium, because they didn't bother painting it. They only painted the struts on the landing gear and the spare fuel tank, which is also visible here. So, yeah, and some more chipping. And then finally, of course, I mounted the propeller. You can really see the engine behind it. You need to look close, but it's there, it's visible, the detail that I've put in, and I'm really happy that I went that I added that extra bit of effort to get that result. So the propeller was done in a red brown of my own creation. I basically took the Vallejo Model Air, Model Color leather brown, which is 70.871, and then I added a few drops of their the Vallejo Model Air red, which is, let me see, 71.003, which is RLM 23 red. And then I got the nice reddish brown effect going there. Anyway, enough of the pictures. Final model. Again, chipping is obvious. By now I've also done panel lining. Went for where is it? There it is. Went for a neutral brown panel wash by MIG, which is a MIG 1614 reference. And used that on all the panel lines, and on top of here when I cleaned it up. I didn't clean it up perfectly, but rather what I did is get this, like this wide flat brush, moistened it in thinner, only moistened it, like dipped it in thinner, and then rubbed most of it off and streaked it downward. You know, because the paint, the dirt will be going that way, paint goes that way, dirt goes that way. All quite logical, really. Other than that, anything special need to mention? Yeah, I did have some trouble with the canopy. I mentioned that in the final reveal video as well. The exhaust stains, and now I need to lift that up a bit. Make sure it doesn't tip. Make sure it doesn't tip at all. There we go. See the exhaust smoke here. I simulated that with the exhaust weathering set from AK, using the exhaust wash. I'm not sure, AK 2014, that's the thingy on that, and then used AK smoke pigments, which is AK 2030 something, because bottles faded a bit. And to get that really, oh damn it, my camera, I need to reattach it. Hopefully that didn't happen too early into the video, because otherwise I need to redo this. But yeah, that's it. That's how she looks now. Might flip her over, something I did not do in the final reveal video. Yeah, this is the underside again, same panel line wash, more obvious here of course because of the matte aluminium. Really makes the rivets pop out and like the panel lines pop out really nicely. And you can very clearly see the light grey used here rather than the bare aluminium, because that's the way historically it's correct. I know it's got anime decals on it, but still I want to give that a bit of a Japanese fighter authenticity to it, rather than just, you know, keep it shiny and true to the anime. I might do that with the other one I've got in stock in stash, because that is basically all matte aluminium with like mottling on it, like you have on certain Messerschmitt 109 camo patterns as well. So that one I'm gonna keep nice and shiny. You know, well, I say nice and shiny. I of course will be doing smoke and stuff like that on it as well. But I won't be going for heavy paint chipping. There's not a lot of paint on it to begin with. I'll just go for a little bit of natural wear, but not there's no primer, so paint flies off kind of weathering that we're having here. So yeah, all the colors that I've used on this can be found in the AK set for planes like this. The AK Interactive World War II Imperial Japanese aircraft colors. It's Imperial Japanese Navy aircraft colors, but to be fair, there's not a lot of difference with the army colors, in the sense that the two interior greens that come with that set can be mixed into the correct green for the Kawanishi. Trainer yellow was trainer yellow, and this is trainer yellow, by the way. So there's no difference there. And the green they used were all the same. And the only thing that wasn't in the set is, of course, this one, the matte aluminium by MIG, and the light grey, which I mixed myself out of two Vallejo colors, which I can't remember for the life of me. But yeah, it's easy to get a light grey that fits, or to mix it one yourself. Go experiment. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Really happy with the result, and all that's left for me to say is keep building, and see you in the next video, which will be the font build again, because let me give you a sneak peek of that. Make the wheels for the tank nearly all painted up. So yeah, I need to start putting out another video on that. It'll probably be a fawn related video, because I'll be starting, like I said, the tank is now the main focus. Well, self-propelled artillery, I should say, that will be going on the back of the transporter. That will be the focus, so I'm actually titling it as being that as well. Anyway, we'll see when the first part on that comes out, but for now, I will be catching you guys later, and bye bye. Oh yeah, and thanks for watching. Bye.